Welcome back to another Ping Pong Flicks tidbit. My name is Chris Wong. Probably the biggest news for today in regards to possibly the DCEU and DC films from now on is that J.J. Abrams and Bad Robots production is nearing a massive $500 million deal to be a part of Warner Media Group. Now, this massive deal would mean he would be involved in films, television series, digital content, music, games, consumer products, and theme park opportunities, which is a great big undertaking for the Bad Robot Productions, and it looks like Warner Media really wants them in. They actually were able to beat Apple. With this massive deal closing soon, that means J.J. Abrams can actually tap into a lot of properties within the Warner Media Group and Warner Brothers Pictures. A lot of us are speculating that he would probably try to get his hands onto the DCEU, the DC films. Now, we've seen him kind of shepherd Star Trek and Star Wars and actually reinvigorate those franchises, and with the loss of Zack Snyder away from the DCEU, we could have another type of auteur in the business and actually be making the franchise and molding it into something else altogether. Now, I had that tinfoil about the whole thing about James Gunn, but I think J.J. Abrams with Bad Robot Productions may be a better bet, maybe even a better thing, maybe also including James Gunn within the deal as well. This is all speculation, of course, and should probably be a tinfoil, but just looking at the little evidences here, this may be in work for favor for the DCU, even Zack Snyder films as well. J.J. Abrams and Zack Snyder seem to be closer friends than we come to expect. They seem to know each other very well, and to the point that they can actually tease each other. During the time Batman v Superman Force Awakens was coming out, they were kind of throwing each other little shades and little bit of humor in between takes, using pictures from Star Wars and the DC world itself, so you can kind of see that playful interaction. You can kind of have a good feeling that they're on good terms with each other. J.J. Abrams also knew Larry Fong, which also knows Zack Snyder. And the most recent events that Chris Terrio, the writer for Batman v Superman, J.J. Abrams hired him to write episode 9. And so you would kind of expect that possibly maybe Chris Terrio had talked to J.J. Abrams a little bit about what Zack Snyder and him has been through Warner Brothers Studios. J.J. Abrams' wife and co-CEO Kim McGrath was also instrumental in kicking Kevin Sugihara out of Warner Brothers because of his values issue by his affair with British actress Charlotte Kirk. Now, I told you before that the original team that was responsible for the Justice League debacle was Jeff Johns, John Berg, Kevin Sugihara, Toby Emmerich, Joss Whedon, and you can even throw Danny Elfman in there if you'd like. But now that most of those characters are gone, with only one person left, Toby Emmerich, we're hoping here in Snyder Camp that J.J. Abrams, coming with Bad Robots Productions, have a couple more things in the contracts, or able to show that he's able to reconfigure, reformat Warner Brothers Pictures in a certain way, in a certain format, or DCEU into a certain way that would actually negate Toby Emmerich out of the picture. Maybe they can even convince John Stankey, who heads Warner Media Group, Warner Brothers boss, if you will, to take out Toby Emmerich, or perhaps bring in the new chairman to take out Toby Emmerich. Something like that would be kind of cool to be said. Now, granted, Bad Robot Production is coming in like how Cruel and Unusual Films came in, although in a bigger deal. Maybe with that bigger deal, showing that what J.J. Abrams can do with the entire properties of Warner Brothers and Warner Media Group, that he can actually have that power in his hands, or that influence, in order to get Toby Emmerich out of his picture. If this is what he wants indeed. This is all speculation coming from Snyder Camp because of what his relationship with Zack Snyder, of what we believe his relationship with Zack Snyder, and what probably Chris Terrio have told him about Warner Brothers Pictures. that it's possible that J.J. Abrams could be on Snyder's side and possibly even help release the Snyder Cut. That is our hopeful guess and our hopeful speculation at best. But in any case, without the Snyder Cut, without even Zack Snyder's vision or anything like that, J.J. Abrams within DCEU could be something quite magical. Having him seen what he done in Star Trek, what he's done with Cloverfield, what he's done with Star Wars in general, The Force Awakens and possibly Episode 9, and notwithstanding Rian Johnson's vision, but what he has done there, he could make actually great material using DC Films properties. I could totally see him making Green Lantern and possibly take another stab at Superman, maybe actually make the Man of Steel sequel. Might not be anything that length of what his flyby script was, but at least maybe something with his current situation and how comic book movies are viewed today, and the type of movies that people want, and the type of movies that we'd be interested in. Even the Snyderverse fans are interested in. We could probably see something pretty special from J.J. Abrams, and I can't wait to see him actually try to take on DCEU. Heck, if he's in the Monsterverse, I'd be pretty happy with that as well. J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot Productions in Warner Media Group could spell many great things for Warner Media and Warner Brothers Pictures, and I'm pretty excited to see what he has in store for that. But what do you think about J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot Productions? Do you think he'll try to take on the DCU? Do you think he has the power to actually release the Snyder Cut? Let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time on the next Ping Pong Flix Tidbit.